Hey guys, here we go. We got another Guild War here against Ninja Moves, and I believe this is right before the Saturday morning, right before the about 12 hours before rush hour for arena for Guild Wars. So we have a little bit of time. We're ranked 27, G3, and Ninja Moves. I just wanted to see if we were being hit by how many guilds at this point. So we're ranked 27, and we're striving to hit G3 and hopefully a top 10 finish this week. So here we go against Ninja Moves. What do we have here? Uh, we have a. Let's see what we're going after first. Um, Theo, Chasun, Leica, Orion, Perna, Camilla. Um, so again, as always, you see Leica, you bring the Water Monkey King. That's pretty much as simple as it is. This is a pretty standard comp to go against. Pretty much Chasun, Theo, and pick your nuker or something else to sustain. Leica really works well because it's generally pretty hard to one-shot it. You can always bring Tessarian to get rid of the passive, or you just go through the Monkey King and just ignore everything else. Because they're not built with too much. They're not built too tanky. We get the stun on Leica right there. So right now we're just gonna leave Leica alone, and we're actually gonna try and pop Endure on Theo. Unfortunately, we don't actually get it on Theo right there, and that's pretty bad. I was hoping to at least pop the Endure. That way, and then Fallen Blossoms come up, and we can deal with it afterwards. That's a pretty lucky stun there. That's at least gonna mitigate how much damage this Theo is going to be able to do to us. Chasun has her Chasun had no heals up. We got a little bit lucky. We get both our heals up, and we do the AOE here because we want to make sure we kill Theo and we want to get some damage on Micah. That pretty much puts us in a pretty good position here. Unfortunately, we don't even get a stun on Micah. We really would have liked to get a stun, but doesn't matter because we had glancing on this, so it's possible we didn't crit, and if we didn't crit, then that would have been pretty bad for because Leica could have potentially healed herself with his vampire runes, or Chasun could have fallen blossoms to get back up. We didn't nuke there because we had glancing on us, and we just didn't want to go deal with that. We didn't have attack buff. We probably could have still did it anyway. It probably didn't make a difference there, but because I don't want to waste the nuke when we didn't have anything up. No defense break, that's why we didn't do it, but at this point, we could have sped it up by just doing this nuke here. You can see right there, it glanced 3 times. That's kind of what I was afraid of doing it, but it's not a big deal. There we go. So we're bringing Colleen here just because we normally bring Chasun with this comp here, but since we needed Chasun for the top team here, Colleen works as a backup healer and attack buffer. Again, a lot less sustained than Chasun, but it's a solid heal, and we need the heal to fight against Perna and Camilla. They will have a good amount of sustain versus us. Unfortunately, that they seem to be targeting Colleen pretty heavily. I was really hoping that they would be going after Veramos. And holy crap, they want nuts on Theo. We're not going to be able to come back from that. I think at this point, so we're not going to have Theo for the rest of these fights. As you know, Theo is a key part of my team here. So we draw that first fight against Lance 117. That's really unfortunate. Again, I really depend on my Theo, so we're going to have to get a little bit creative with that Theo here. Again, right there, I see Sierra. I'm not prepared for Sierra. Free rune removal, again, we'll probably change that again. We're going to have come up with some new solutions towards it. It may be involving Daphnis. That's maybe my best choice for it. I don't know. Single target fire nukers that's going to do enough damage and fast is kind of hard for me to come by. So I don't know how else we're going to take care of Sierras as of now. Okeanos is an option too, but I don't see it being a full counter to it. So what do we have here? We have Theomars, Raccoony, Beta. That's so much sustain there. and we move on from that. Just looking around for something that we want to hit properly. Uh, the bottom team here looks interesting here. Leo, Rakan, Fire Panda. Very interesting comp out there. So we're going to bring Megan out there to tank Leo. Of course, Leo's not going to get the attack bar pushback. And we are going to be faster than Rakan and the monkey, the panda. And then we just bring Warden Nucleus to go with it. Who do we want to go with that? Bella will work for some sustain. We want, again, once we want to get rid of Rakan, and after that, I don't think the Leo Fire Panda is going to do too much. Top team, we see Chloe bring Chilling. Pretty much standard, right? Just strip that buffs and don't worry about it, and then have a way to kill Theo. Generally, I would bring my own Theo against it, but Theo's dead, so we have to get a little bit creative here. And we're gonna try and bomb it. Makes a little bit of sense. Actually, no, that makes really no sense whatsoever. What am I doing this for? Because they have immunity. I mean, I understand we're going to be able to take away the immunity from one person, but Chilling's not going to get it from everyone. But here we go. Again, I guess if we get rid of Theo, there is no more threat. We don't even need to. We're going to try and reset. We didn't get the reset on there, but we steal the Endure and just kill right there. And then afterwards, I mean, Chloe and Chasun's never going to do enough damage for this team out here. Again, we have Chasun to heal, and we have the attack buff, and Taurus's bombs should be able to kill both of them right now. So we got bombs on both of them, and that's pretty good, since generally Chasun's are very high resistance, and Chloe may or may not. It's questionable at times. There we go, 29k bomb to get rid of Chasun, and there goes Chloe. Bombs are so much fun. You just watch units disappear. So they both went after the Monkey King, which is just as fine too. We're gonna push the attack bar up, and we're going to nuke Rakan. We'll see how much damage it does. It may or may not kill at this point. 29,000. We put the defense breakout on the Panda just in case. Provoke's fine. We want to use Toad Poison to hopefully steal the attack buff from Rakan, which we didn't do. And we got a little bit lucky there, I think. If the Panda actually did land that defense break, we probably would have lost Bella there. But I'm not sure if that would have made much of a difference here. We have no attack buff here, so that's why we're not going for the nuke. And there was no defense break on the Panda either. And both of them would be ideal. If we put the defense break, and then, yeah, now we can just nuke right through it. There you go. Again, 38,000 Panda. No Panda has that much HP, especially because they generally built with high defense. And the only issue we could have here is if Leo goes nuts with Torrent. We do want to be careful when we get his life down to that 30% range. I'm risking it here. Probably should have taken another hit just in case, so that we did crit 3 times there, but if we only crit twice, we probably should have got his health down to like closer to 50% before taking that risk. That was unnecessary, because if he got down to like anything under 30%, he could have torrent, and if he torrent the monkey, we would have lost it from there. What do we have here? We have lots of fire units there. Again, here we have that Sierra Orion Theo comp, and I just don't feel very comfortable against it. The problem, again, Sierra, the speed lead plus Orion gives them first turn, and Orion will shield Will pretty well, from my experience, and that's why I don't have a really good success against it. Shield Will ideally should counter it, but it just seems way too often that Orion strips the Will rune from the one person that you don't need it to, and then Sierra will bomb that person. I know the AI doesn't work that way. It just seems to happen way too often for me to like to risk against going Sierra Orions. I probably need a better way. I tried Rena tanking it. Rena tanks don't work for me against Sierra. I really need a better way to handle it. Um, we have again here, Dark Polar Queen is really interesting now. It counters all the 50% of the damage that's dealt to its teammates. So if you AoE nuke and don't kill her, she pretty much returns all that damage back to you. So how do we? You want to handle that is make sure you kill her in one turn, or well, I think that's probably the way we want to handle it. Top team there is just a lot of sustain, better Rukuni, Theo, but is it going? Yeah, okay, it's still. Um, yeah, so the top team, the Theo Rukuni, better. Oh, we don't fight that team. Damn it. So I'm just trying to look for a team that we can fight. I really think that better Rukuni, Theo team is not too scary. Again, they have sustain from Beta, and Rukuni gives a lot of extra turns and the speed buff to Theo, but there's no attack buffer, so that team should be okay to fight against, I think. But we're moving on. Again, a lot of Theo, a lot of Sierra Orion Rakan, I feel is probably the hardest comp for me to deal with. Theo Perna instead of Rakan. All are very acceptable, very scary single target damage dealers that scale off speed, so they get Theo at least scales off speed, so you feel comfortable that they're getting first turn. Wow, this skill has a lot of dark LDs. That Desert Queen is pretty scary as well. Light Panda. Light Panda is so with the Light Panda, you want to bring something that you don't want to depend on the attack bars manipulation. Even though he has Orion, I believe it does nerf his own attack bar skills as well. So his Orion's not going to be giving as much attack bar as it normally would. But it's still, these units are probably still going to be fast enough that we're not going to cut in between. So I don't know if it should be too much of an issue, but again, Orion's going to get that first turn. It's just depending on how fast are we, if we're going to cut in between and not. Top team there is Kamoon, Theo, Weejat, and I think my mindset right now is just to bring Tessarian to that top team, because it's really strong passives, and Tessarian works really well against strong passives. There's no reason. I'm really surprised at how little we see of Tessarian now, especially since, again, a lot of defenses now seem to be going stronger towards those a lot of really annoying passives now. Again, Theo, Pernas, those passives have always been around, but now Kamoon's passive, Rukuni's are pretty popular now. Wind Panda's very popular. What other? I mean, there's a lot of just strong passives that if you can nullify with Oblivion, then I don't think it's a bad thing out there. It should probably become more into meta right now. My Tessarian is on a hybrid build, and I think I need to build a more tanky. Or we're just gonna cop a bulldozer. That's something I don't bring out often enough, and makes a lot of sense at this point. I think we just immediately take out their Weejat, and then yeah. Oh, okay, so they have defense buffs. That's a problem. I didn't account for that, and wow, that's pretty bad. So we just gonna go after Theo, I think, at this point, because even with defense buff, that Theo shouldn't have enough defense to ignore defense. And then we go after Kamoon again. Wow, that's 32,000 right, 32,000, and it's went right through all that. Still at 50% life. That's a lot of HP this Kamoon has. So that means the shield. He had the shield on too, 32,000. But it's still probably about a 40,000 plus Kamun. So right now we're just going to focus down on whoever doesn't have the shield. I think that's pretty much how you got to handle Kamun's when you have single target damage dealing right now. Whatever doesn't have the shield, you just focus on that. And afterwards, once we get full power punch up, we can kill Weejet out there. And now just 3 units against 2 units versus Kamun. We have permanent stunning ability. He is a lot faster than us though, so there is that potential of him outlasting us. But we have enough stuns, I think, to keep him stunned permanently. Or, well, we're gonna find out right now. But we just gotta wait till we have full power punch up, and there we go. And that did not. We didn't use it on it. We're gonna have to try it here just to see if it can go through it. Doesn't do enough damage to go through, and wow, not enough damage to kill that Kamun. He was just too much faster. He was just so much faster. He was lapping us twice over. Oh wow, we lose Okeanos before we get a turn. I expected to get a turn off. I really thought. I mean, my Okeanos is like 210 speed, so I really thought that we were gonna get to cut in between, because I understand Orion gives the attack buff, but it was only going to be 50% of what it does. So I thought our base speed would be able to cut in, but Light Panda's too OP for me. So we got. It's apparent we lost this fight at this point. So yeah. Yeah, I just give up at this point. Oh, yeah, I think I just give up at this point. There's no way Chisun's going to file against that. So a loss, a win, and a draw. Not a good way to start the end of Guild War rushes, but we'll get them in the next fight. All right, guys, have a good night, and I'll see you in the next video.